now from Capitol Hill is Congresswoman Eleanor Holmes Norton, Democrat representing the District of Columbia. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
The Senate is expected to start debating an immigration bill. We have student loans set to double in a few weeks, unless Congress acts. The President wants to close Guantanamo Bay. The sequester is damaging the lives of millions of people, from Meals on Wheels for the elderly to vulnerable children losing their places on the Head Start program. But Congress's car thief-in-chief, Darrell Issa, wants us all to stay focused on the IRS. Could you please explain to our audience why that is?
What you're seeing is a most amazing sight. We have enough work in the House to keep us busy 5 days a week. Instead, we're barely here 3 days a week and barely doing anything then. What these so-called scandals are doing is filling an agenda. The Republicans have no agenda. What you just described, they are not on their agenda. They just want to get through this term. So if you have overreach, and I must say, I don't want to associate myself at all with what Mr. Fluff said, what the Democrats should not do is the payback in kind from what we're hearing from some Republicans. Now Chairman had started off in just another mode at the beginning of this Congress. So to hear him revert to conclusions first, and maybe we'll go after the facts afterwards, very disappointing to me. Paid liar, that's not worthy of him or of any member of Congress. And lying, no reference to what the lie has been about. Even worse, the notion that it was in his gut that it really goes back to Washington. Well, if so, the whole top of the agency is gone. By the way, Lois Lerner, the one who was in charge of the Cincinnati office, was based in D.C. Of course, she took the fifth. What I think that the chairman must be alluding to is, of course, the White House. Now, if the Inspector General looked at this for more than a year, couldn't even find political motivation among the federal employees who did this dumb thing, there has been none, not even an indicia of facts or evidence that the president knew anything about this. And he'd have to be the dumbest president of all time after what we went through during the Nixon years.
Well, by the end of this week, there will have been 6 hearings in the House and the Senate on the IRS. We are also now 6 months into this president's second term. Isn't this really the overarching intention of Republicans? Spend the whole time chasing scandal and preventing this administration from governing. Basically, hijack the entire process. Ma'am, you laugh at it. I'm not in Congress, but that's what it looks like outside. It looks as though this is the agenda that they have for this second term. Hijack everything by endless talk of scandals. Is that not the case?
At least it would give them an agenda, because there hasn't been any for 6 months here. We passed almost no bills. And let me tell you, the American people get it. Because when you ask them, what should we be doing, overwhelmingly they say jobs and the economy, not the scandals. Certainly they want the IRS mess looked into. Look, we all pay taxes and none of us want to. So yeah, we want to look into that. Yeah, this was something terribly wrong. We still don't know why. And we still aren't dealing with the remedy. And here's the remedy, Martin. The statute said that these 501c4s should be exclusively engaged in charitable activities.
Yes.
Well, the IRS changed the clear words of the statute to say primarily.
Yep.
Once you change it that way, then the IRS has to go in and look at your political business. Go back to exclusively. They could do that administratively, or if the Congress wants to make sure they do, reaffirm what the statute said in the first place, exclusively charitable activities.
Let's hope that they would even consider doing such a thing. I doubt it very much, though. Congresswoman Eleanor Holmes Norton, thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Always a pleasure.
And